Hey, everybody. Welcome to Same Team, Different Jerseys. And my name is Damien, and I got
Sonia.
Blakelyn, hello.
with us today, as of usual. They're starting to get faster. That was better than the last two times we've tried that.
Look, you don't pregame ever. You're just like, hey guys, we're starting.
Yeah, just roll with it.
Yeah, I just kind of fucking jump into it. That's what
Which
we do.
we didn't start doing until the last like 2 episodes. Previously,
know.
it was like, oh hey, who wants to do the introduction today? And we were like, oh we'll just go around and everybody can do it, once every week. No.
Yeah.
Now we're here.
Yeah, I like it faster.
That's what she said.
Yup. Of course. The childish comment. So
Listen, ultimate dad jokes. Ultimate. That's what she said.
Yes. So last week we talked about Epstein because that was what was big in the news. And I wanted to talk about like relationships and the difference between girls and boys, men and women, better yet, men and women, and dating and the roles that women play in society and the whole 9 yards. And then the fucking Epstein thing dropped and that screwed everything up. And I said within 3 weeks, it was going to be gone. There was going to be nothing there. And it didn't even take a week. And there ain't a shit thing on TikTok. You get a video here and there, but they've dropped like thousands, hundreds of thousands of files, and there's nothing.
There's so much to go through, though.
It's not in the news. It's not anywhere.
Did you guys see the people talking about how apparently you can remove the redacting?
I feel like that's BS.
Yeah, that doesn't seem.
I don't know how accurate it was or how true it is. Right? I'm not a techie or anything like that. But yeah, I saw a couple of TikToks where they were talking about how you could remove it, and DOJ did this on purpose, or whatever, and it was through like Adobe or something because that's what they saved them as PDFs, and it was through Adobe, and I was like, I feel like that's not a thing.
How that works?
No.
I feel like that's not a thing.
They're redacted
because they're scanned
in that way.
Yeah.
You can't remove.
Now, if I redacted a document on PDF and I emailed it to you, then maybe yes. But these were all scanned.
Yeah.
But my point is, like I said, it was a big nothing burger. Nothing came about it. We should have just did our fucking podcast the way we did it because the Epstein files were just that. It was a big nothing.
Yeah.
So
it's just built up a lot more. Like the only thing I've seen about it is like a lot of people complain that it was a waste. That's the thing I've seen the most of is like, why would you redact? Why would you release it if everything is redacted? And it's like, well, y'all bitched and moaned and groaned that you wanted them, so they gave them to you.
Yeah, and you have to redact certain things. There's a lot of active prosecution still going on.
Yeah.
So, anyways, they wanted the raw files with nothing redacted, all the faces, everything, and they're not going to get that. They're never going to get that. End of discussion. Although it was kind of funny when I did a TikTok on it today. I said something about that, and somebody made a comment on how Trump could literally shit in a bowl, and you guys would think it tastes great. And I replied with, yeah, you know what? Both sides do it. Only if the Democrats forced everybody to get a medication they didn't want, locked everybody in their house, and censored everybody's speech. I was like, could you imagine if the Democrats did that? And then I got a whole bunch of things saying that it was Trump that locked everybody in the house. And I was like, Trump was only part of the COVID for like 5 months.
Yeah, like not even, because it kicked off
March 20th
of 19.
March 2020.
Yeah.
And so
and then
we voted.
Biden got elected that November, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And so the biggest thing that all of them said is we were only locked down for 2 months.
Bro. Get out of here.
No, we weren't.
I can pull up the comments. We were only locked down from March and April.
No. Bro, I remember not being able to take leave the entire time. I couldn't take leave from March until, like, 2020. No, sorry, not 2020. Yeah, 2020. I couldn't start taking leave again until 2020.
I don't even
But it
know if I don't even know if I could pull it up, but
'Cause
yeah.
2020
No.
was when we got lifted, right?
No.
2020 end of 2021.
No.
But if you search it on Google, it's nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. I can't find it anywhere on Google when the official lockdown, because we were never officially locked down by the federal government. Each state, the government said the states do it, and all the states locked us down. So there was no official lockdown and unlockdown. Yeah. Okay, we're getting real quiet. There's like no talking.
Yeah, because we're not talking about the Rona.
Yeah, but no. Anyways, yeah, that was a big argument today with me on TikTok on how we were only locked down for 2 months.
That's
I
fun.
thought it was
Well, yeah,
funny.
so, I mean, it was dictated by each state, but, I mean, I don't know, man.
Anyways, what I wanted to talk about is, and Hannah, you're gonna be a perfect example in this because you have a completely different relationship than Sonia and I.
I guess.
And I have some honest questions because I've actually had a couple people that I've went live on TikTok and they've wanted to know, but they've never had the balls to ask any of their lesbian friends.
Oh, God.
They said, "I could never ask my friend that." I'm like, "Why not? Aren't they your friend?" I've asked my and I said, I have a friend named Hannah. She's married to a female. She's a complete, she's 100% lesbian. I've asked her some of the most personal shit just because I was curious. And she was bold enough to just be like, "Oh yeah, this is the way it is." I mean, she just tells me. And the person that I was live with was like, "Yeah, there's no way I could, I'd feel embarrassed." So anyways, the whole point was, have you ever heard of the Tradwife thing going on right now? Hannah,
The what?
the Tradwife.
No.
You've never heard of Tradwife?
No, I
Okay,
don't know what
Tradwife
I don't know what that
stands
is.
for, hold on, let me share it so you can see. Tradwife stands for traditional wife. So here you go. This is a Tradwife. It is basically the 1950s wife.
Okay.
So I'm going to read this for our Spotify and iHeartRadio viewers. A tradwife. The rules of a tradwife lifestyle center on strict binary gender roles where the woman embraces homemaking and submits to her husband, who acts as the primary provider and decision maker. This is a chosen lifestyle, and self-identified tradwives emphasize that these roles are a personal choice that brings fulfillment.
And there's a whole bunch of rules. One of them is submissive. I'm not
Yes.
going to go through all these because it'd take too long, but submissive, being a good homemaker, the husband is the provider, rejecting modern feminism, your appearance needs to be feminine and
Respectful.
respectful, feminine,
Modest. Because
Eh,
the terms of respectful are way blurry nowadays, I
yeah,
think.
family first, and active in your community.
Yeah.
So basically, if you think of a 1950s wife, do you have any of these characteristics in your relationship, Hannah?
I mean, my wife and I, we both work.
uh, hold on. So when it's, are you referring to the provider thing? Since you both work, you both are providers,
I mean, I'm the breadwinner, but yeah, we both provide. Like,
but
there's
you are
bills
the
that she
breadwinner.
pays, there's bills that I pay. But yes, at the end of the day, like, you look at our annual, I make more.
Okay, so if there's a decision and if there's a huge decision Like, this is, we really got to talk about this, and you guys can't find a happy medium. Is there somebody in your relationship that says, okay, we cannot find a happy medium? This is what we're doing.
Depends on what it is. Like finances, that's usually my say, I guess.
Okay.
But like everything else I really don't care. Like I don't care how our house is set up. Like I don't
As
care.
long as long as you got your
Um
computer desk and a place to game, you're
yeah, like as long as my bedroom is not filled with pink, I don't care.
coming from somebody that's for the Spotify people, her chair is bright fucking pink.
Yeah, Amber wanted this one, so this is the one we got. Hers
Okay.
is also pink. Um but yeah, like I don't yeah, I don't care. Like we have cows in every single room.
Okay, so
I mean,
in and butt in here, baby, if you think I am over speaking. But in our relationship, we talk about everything. There is
Mhm.
nothing we don't talk about. If there's a decision make, we sit down and take it. But we've never come across the situation yet. But if there's a decision that we cannot find a happy medium, we can't come to an agreement. As much as she says, I wear the pants in the family. We have that. It would come down to me. I would, in our relationship, be like, okay, this is the best course of action. This is what we're going to do. If we cannot come to an agreement.
So yes, but no. Like I would say like financially, like yes, you essentially have full veto power because you do make more than I do. Um, but I feel like with pretty much everything else, I mean,
Like I said, we've never come across something so hard.
yeah.
But I would say that if it was something like, if I was adamant on something, okay, a good example. This March, Sonia and I are planning on going on vacation to Vermont. We are saving up every dime we can because it costs a lot of money to drive all the way to Vermont. We don't want to fly, we want to drive, but it takes a lot of money. If for some odd reason the decision of not going home had to be made, she was adamant about going, and I was adamant that we couldn't do it. And we got into an argument. I would have this say to be like, we just can't afford it. We'd get halfway there and just run out of money. We just can't do it. So no, I don't want to say no, but no. But even something this big, like it's very much a look. I might not be able to go home. I can fly you home. Like we find it's
Yeah,
not an
there's always been a
ideal.
compromise for it. There's
Yeah,
never been a situation where it's been a blatant, like, specific no.
right.
So I don't feel like there's really any situation. So this is the other thing too, is I don't feel like there's any situation where the wife being submissive means that she's just gonna roll over and allow her husband to dictate what's being said or done. Um, I think part of the submission is allowing her husband to fulfill that male role in the marriage. Um, if we lived in an economy where I could be a stay-at-home wife, right, and I could still go get my nails
Oh,
done and all of it, I would 110%. But because we live in an economy where it requires, I feel like, 4 different incomes just to make ends meet, it's required that we both work, right? Like, so
yeah.
there's not a situation where being a submissive wife doesn't mean that you're gonna just roll over and just do whatever he wants you to do. It's being submissive enough to know that there's a male role that he needs to fulfill to make himself happy, and you have a role as a female to fulfill to make yourself happy, if that makes sense.
I feel like the whole like I don't know. I feel like the whole role of like submission or not, like I don't think that implies the whole, like, "Oh, my husband says we're not going out, so we're not going out." Like, is what it is. Like, I feel like that's not how it's meant to be taken. Like, I feel
You're
like
right.
it's big, hard decisions, right? Like finances or whatever, which and, like, I think, like, in mine and Amber's case, like, yo, if she could go get a job and make 6 figures a year and I could stay home, I would, you
Yeah.
know? I would.
Uh, uh,
I wouldn't mind it, you know?
I don't know. Hannah, I would almost have to say I disagree with you on that.
I would.
You would find something you would have to have some kind of a job.
I
You
would
seem
have to
like the
have
type of
something to do. Yes, I would have to have something, like, I definitely could not be stuck in the house doing nothing all day, but, like, oh my gosh, I could take the kids to school, drop them off, go to the gym, go work out, come home, chill, make sure we have stuff prepped for dinner, like, meal prep. Oh, yeah, I could meal prep.
so you could you could be a wife. A
Traditional.
traditional wife. You could
Yeah,
totally take care of the kids, make sure dinner's on the table, the house is clean.
yeah. Now
I
after so long of doing it, if I was like, "Hey, I have too much downtime, like, there's not enough at home to keep me occupied," then I'd probably go find, like, a part-time job. Like, I'd probably try to go find, like, a part-time job at a gym, because then I wouldn't have to pay for the gym.
I thought about that too.
But, like, even if the roles were reversed, like, if I had a great paying job where she didn't have to go work, she'd probably take it, and she'd do the same thing that I did. She'd figure it out, and then if time in the day needed to be preoccupied, then she'd probably go get a part-time job.
Okay, if you had the choice. A six-figure job is being handed to either one of you, but one of you have to be the stay-at-home mom.
Um,
Who's doing it?
I think I would wanna do it because she has more
Wanna
hobbies.
wanna stay home or go to work?
I would go to work because she has hobbies, like, she's into the summation cups and the shirts, and so if we could afford to get this stuff for her to do that stuff again and have an area for her to do it, then I would do it. I don't My hobbies consist of video games and a gym. That's it. They don't produce anything. They don't do anything.
And guns if you had enough money.
Well, yeah, but it's not like I can just go build guns and sell them and stuff. Like, her hobbies make stuff that she could turn around and sell, or she could turn around and gift, whatever. I don't have hobbies like that.
S
She has crafts, I do not.
So do you believe that women have a role?
As far as what?
Is there when somebody says that is a woman's responsibility, do you get mad at that statement or do you say, yeah, there are some things that are that's a woman's job. I know it sounds chauvinistic or misogyny.
Not really. I mean, given the fact that I'm in a woman-woman relationship, no. Like, there's not anything that she does that I would not do. There's not anything that I do that she would not do. Like, we replaced our, bathroom faucets recently,
Yeah.
and Amber did that. I helped, but Amber knew how to do it, start to finish.
Sonia would watch me do it.
So,
She would be in the kitchen. She would be more than happy to have me in there, replacing the faucets, doing all that, and her out in the kitchen baking cookies. She'd when I got done, she'd be like, "There's cookies for you."
yeah.
She would,
Uh,
taking out the trash because Sonia believes very much in male, female. Like, there are certain things that the trash is the one thing that she's very adamant about.
yeah.
Now, in case of an emergency, she is capable of taking out the trash.
Yeah,
But
so don't get it twisted either. Like, just because I believe that there's like firm gender roles in our marriage, and I know that that doesn't work for everybody, right? I'm completely aware of that. But just because I don't have to doesn't mean that I'm incapable of doing it. I hate taking out the trash. It's just a thing that in my house, like, you had the kids do it or you had the husband do it. Like, that's just what it was.
Right.
Same thing with the car maintenance. Like, I'm capable of it, but I refuse, if I don't have to take any
Right.
of the vehicles for anything. Oil change, tire rotate, whatever. It doesn't matter. If I don't have to take it, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, that is not her job. She does not touch the vehicles.
It's the same
Now,
with us. Like, she can drive the car to the place to go get the oil change, but normally it's me.
but you don't have in your relationship that's your like Sonia has looked at me and said, that is your job to take care of the vehicles.
Yeah.
My job is to get in, hit the start button, and it start or turn the key. As long as the key or the start button works, that's that's what I do. Your job is to make sure those buttons work.
Yeah.
And that is what a man does. That is his job. And you don't have, I mean, I kind of understand because since you're both a woman, it's not like it's your job. But do you normally take on more of the masculine jobs?
Yeah.
Traditional male jobs?
Yeah, before our son was old enough to start, like, doing things like mowing the lawn, I showed our daughters how to mow the lawn so they know how to mow a lawn, and then I would mow lawn. And then once our son was old enough to mow lawn, that became his responsibility. He mows the lawn.
Do you think that's his job, though?
No, but, I mean, he needs to know how
Why?
because he's a dude.
So because he's a man, he needs to know how.
I don't think it's just because he's a man, but he needs to know how to mow a lawn. Why did I teach my daughters how to mow a lawn?
Do you rotate who mows the lawn?
No. Mm-mm.
So his job is the lawn.
Yeah.
And why don't you rotate?
Because I don't.
I guess what I'm not. You seem. Are you defensive
Okay,
on
so
this?
no,
You see what
like,
I'm getting at? You're like
I
you're
don't-
making the man do it because he's a boy.
also because of his age. Like, that's a responsibility that he can handle because he knows how to do it.
But you have one that's older and one that's younger. The younger ones should be mowing a lawn by her age. Because I was. Why not make the older one? Or does she have other responsibilities?
She has other responsibilities.
Okay.
He's also in charge of taking the dumpster to and from the road.
So he's in charge of mainly the masculine stuff.
Those are like two definites, yes. Like, those are his role. Now, like, obviously, if he's sick or he's not feeling good or something, then somebody else goes and does it. But,
Right.
like, he goes and he gets a girlfriend or a wife one day, and they don't know how to mow the lawn. They're going to look at him and say, hey, can you mow the lawn? Because I don't know how. And he should be able to go, yeah, I know how to mow the lawn. I got it. Right? But also, my daughters, I don't want them having to, oh, my boyfriend's the greatest because he mows the lawn. Like, no. You don't
Okay.
need him to mow the lawn. You know how to mow the lawn. But
Okay,
you want him to mow the lawn.
let me ask you something. You're one of them, we'll just say, turns 18. She brings a boy home. You meet him. He's nice, the whole 9 yards. You somewhat approve, but you find out he is incapable of any mechanical stuff whatsoever. He doesn't know how to mow the lawn, and he doesn't take out the trash. What are you going to say to your daughter?
Just depends. I mean, I think nowadays a lot of that stuff is kind of like obsolete in a way. Like, car maintenance, like, majority of newer cars, people don't work on them themselves.
No,
They take
he
them to a
doesn't even know.
dealership.
Like, he's never even been to a mechanic. Like, he doesn't even know how to bring his car in for an oil change. Like, he is a beta male. He doesn't do any of that. Like, I don't get my hands dirty.
Mm,
Be honest. Come on. This is an honest podcast. You're
I
not
wouldn't
going to
be
like
happy.
it.
I wouldn't be
You're-
happy with it. Yeah.
because he's not.
My issue would be, like, if I show my daughter how to do all that, why, as a man, do you not know how to do that? Like, who failed you?
He was
Like,
raised by
did
women.
did your dad not take you and show you how to change the oil? Did your dad not show you how to change a tire? Like, did none of
See,
that?
I'm going to be cruel right now. I firmly believe that these men shouldn't have girlfriends. Like
Because
we should not allow these men to breed.
my oldest, when she gets her own car, she will be shown how to change a tire, right? She'll be shown how to use the jack that comes with her car because a lot of people don't know how to use the jacks that come with their cars. So she's going to get shown how to use it, how to change a
I
tire.
haven't shown you yet.
I was gonna
She's
say, I actually, when we got this truck, had no idea how to use my jack. I ended up with a flat tire at work. My boss came and showed me, and I was like, "Oh,
yeah.
okay."
Because I
There,
don't want that. What I don't want is I don't want my oldest is driving. Okay. And let's say she goes on like a little trip and she's out of town a little bit. I don't want her stranded on the side of the road waiting for some stranger to come and help her.
Yeah.
Right. Because that just puts you in a bad situation altogether. She doesn't need to look like the damsel in distress where every man or predator or creep feels the need, oh, easy prey, let me pull over and help this young lady, and it turns sideways. No, you need to know how to replace your tire so that you can do what you got to do.
see, and I think men have lost that damsel in distress. If I see a female on the side of the road, there's no way I'm going to be letting her change a tire. It would offend me because I should be stopping, helping her get her tire on, making sure she's home safe. Because that is in my opinion, that is a man's job. Making sure that she's okay, she's taken care of, the tires on the car, she gets home to her boyfriend or her husband, which I kind of wonder why he wasn't out there. But anyways, especially if she's like a 17, 18-year-old girl that's brand new to driving and she's stranded. And I feel bad that most girls look at if a guy stops, the first thought that should come to a female's head, in my opinion, is not, oh my God, I'm going to get raped. Is, oh, thank God he's the whole bear thing. The whole, would you rather be stuck in the woods with a man or a bear? And like the bear won. Like
Yeah.
that's fucking, that was
The bear wins
absolutely
because we know the bear's intentions.
to
That's
eat
why,
you.
at least we know. At least we know.
I think that's an absolutely ignorant way of looking at it.
But it's not. You look at everything that
So you'd rather be eaten than take
I'm
the
gonna tell you right
chance of
now.
a good man.
I'm gonna. What are the chances of that good man?
80
One in 4 women are sexually assaulted or raped.
bullshit. I completely disagree with that fucking statement. That is such a bullshit statistic. So when
And
you
that's
say,
just out of no, and that's no. That statistic is out of reported.
and I think the reports are wrong, and I think women are lying about that. First of all, the reason they say essayed is, do you know how many things are considered essayed? When 1 in 4 women say, yeah, I've been essayed, because it's not raped, it's essayed. So many things. If I walk up to a girl in the gym and introduce myself and say, hi, how you doing? Da, 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 that could be if I ask them out on a date, or if I ask them, hey, what are you doing afterwards? And they say no. And I'm like, okay, if you're interested afterwards, just hit me up. If I pursue it past the no, even just throwing out a, hey, sorry, but if you're interested, I'm over here, and walk away.
Your first mistake was choosing to do it at the gym.
Okay, you know what? Oh, I'm going to get fucking heated with this. Where the fuck are we allowed to do it? Because so far, women don't want us approaching them at a grocery store. We're not allowed to approach them on the street. We're not allowed to approach them at work. We're not allowed to approach them in a gym. Are we supposed to be just putting fucking bubbles and you guys pick? Because we've already tried that, and it's the swiping, and we already found out that you pick 1 out of 100 men.
So I think it depends on the situation. So take a deep breath.
This pisses me off.
Couldn't tell. Thought you loved it. So I think that I think there's certain situations, right, where a woman being asked out or pursued on any kind of level, right? It depends on their work situation. So if I'm a waitress, right?
Definitely do not hit on me at my job and expect me to give you my number and go on a date. It's not
I mean,
happening.
okay, but you can't know if she's with somebody or whatever unless you ask. But my whole job as a waitress to attempt to get more tips, and I know there's about to be a whole bunch of women about to jump down my throat, but my job as a waitress is to flirt and be happy and smile at you and giggle at your stupid jokes that aren't actually funny. So I feel like in that situation, yeah, shoot your shot, but be respectful when she's like, oh, hey, listen, I'm dating somebody. Or, hey, I'm not interested. Like, be respectful.
Okay. Where is an okay, since we can't do it at the gym, you just said we can't do it while you're working.
So I don't.
Where are
I
we
wouldn't
allowed to do it?
I wouldn't necessarily say the gym is 100% no, right? But if I'm doing leg presses or I'm doing squats or I'm doing any lower leg workout minus like hamstring curls or extensions, and somebody was to approach me, I'd be like, get the fuck out of here. You're only asking me because you just watched my ass go up and down fucking 20 times while I was doing squats. Get the fuck out of here.
Well,
Now,
of course.
if she's doing like an arm workout or she's passing you and whatever, like cool, all about it, right? But I think timing is a lot of it. Timing
Yeah.
and then your demeanor when you go about it, right? Like if you're a sexual asshole, like nobody's going to go on a date with you. It doesn't matter where you ask them. It doesn't matter if you're at the grocery store, at the park, the gym, the movie theater. It doesn't matter where you ask them. If you're just a sexualizing asshole, nobody's going out with you.
Example, because women keep on saying, if you do this, if you do, or if they call us these things, if you're misogynistic about it, if you're a sexual asshole, they always say these things, but they don't give an example. So what do you mean by a sexual asshole? Give an example. If I walk up to you and I say X.
The example of like a girl doing squats at the gym or doing lunges at the gym, right? And you make some inappropriate comment about her ass or her legs. And then caveat that with like, oh, hey, I'd really like to get a drink with you sometime. Bro, nobody's going to say yes to you.
I don't think that happens nearly. Now, every woman is going to get on here and go, it's happened to me, because every woman in the world has been essayed, apparently. Because I have never talked to one woman that has never been raped, touched inappropriately, forced to do something. Like, they've all been sexually assaulted in some way, shape, or form. There is not one woman that I've ever met that says, no, I had a great childhood, grew up fine. Like, what you're saying is 100% of men will rape. Like, I'm
not saying that, but
if you watch all the social media, like,
just because the loudest people have the voices doesn't mean that that's actually accurate.
Baby,
yeah, I'm not saying that every guy is. I'm not saying that every guy is bad, right? Because they're not. There's good guys out there.
Have you ever met a girl that's not been sexually assaulted?
Yes. I have to think.
Look at what you just had to do.
I had to think.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them. But you got to also think, I spent how many years in the military?
What does that have to do with the price of rice in
Almost
China?
every female I have ever met in the military has had something happen to them.
Yes, and I don't believe it.
The ones that I have met and they have told me their stories, it's legit. It's legit. It's not something where I was like, so he touched your shoulder and you said, stop that, I don't like that. And then you reported it. Like, it's not something that's like small. Like,
okay, are those guys in jail?
Fuck if I don't know.
Here's the problem that I have. All these women that have been sexually assaulted, and they all complain that nothing happens to the guy. I mean, obviously you have to have some kind of proof. I don't believe that you could just accuse somebody of something and they're like, well, nothing happened to him. Well, if she says something happened and he said it didn't, who are you going to believe?
I don't know. A lot of the women I also met never reported it. I mean, I never reported mine. So
Well,
I
okay,
know plenty. I know plenty of girls who have like had bad, bad experiences, like bad, terrible stuff, and they never reported it.
why? I know why I didn't report mine,
I don't know. They just
and it was
didn't.
wrong of
Why did
me
I
to
not report mine?
yeah, that I'm kinda curious.
Honestly, I don't know. I think mine I didn't report because I was when I was really young and alcohol was involved. And this was back when like the because the military has gone back and forth on the sapper stuff with alcohol or not. Like at one point it was like, oh, uh, you've had alcohol, so it's not a big deal. And then another point was like, if you've had one drink, you can't consent. And then they go back
Okay.
and it's always back and forth. Like now it's for sure like if you've had one drop of alcohol, you cannot consent. Like they're pretty
Yeah.
hard on it now. But yeah, I think I didn't because booze was involved
Okay. I
and the
just
waters were like murky.
I just keep on hearing how bad men are, and, I mean, millions of women walk around every day and nothing happens to them. So, where are all these sexual assaults? And obviously, women are gonna yell at me if I say, "Well, they're at a party or whatnot like that," and because at no point in time do I ever believe I want this to be clear, that I ever think a woman is asking for it. I don't care what you're dressed like. I'm not saying it helps, but I just because you're dressed like a, skank doesn't mean that you should be treated like one. But
I don't know. I don't know. I think the whole bear conversation, I think people choose the bear because they know 100% the intentions of that bear. Whereas with a any human being, right, at all, you don't know what you're getting. He could be the greatest, sweetest, most amazing guy the first month and then turns around and is a complete piece of shit. So you don't know what you're getting. So I think that's why they choose the bear.
I
Because at least
think
they know exactly 100% what they're getting.
I think women are saying that naively, because nobody in their right mind would choose a wild animal that can kill you. That's just I think they
It's
say
the
that
same concept with asking women, okay, Sonia, you're walking down a dark lit street alone, and a man is walking on the same side of the street as you, and he's going to cross, like you guys are walking against each other.
Hmm.
Do you cross the street or do you stay on that side of the street?
Across the street.
Cross the street. Because you don't know him. It's a stranger. You don't know his intentions. You don't know if he's the greatest guy on earth. You don't know if he's the worst guy on earth.
Because
So you
it's
cross
better
the
be
street.
safe than sorry.
Rather be safe than sorry.
okay, I can understand the safe than sorry thing.
So I think that like yes, okay, you choose the bear, you're choosing death. But at least you know what you're getting out of it. You know 100% what you're getting out of it.
I'd rather take a 50-50 even if it was 50-50 shot. You got a 50% chance of living.
So you have an operation.
What do you mean
What
an
was your
operation?
you had a choice of picking an operation. What was your survivability?
I would take
No,
if
no, no,
I
no,
had
no, 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 no.
I'd take the
Your
50-50.
no, no, no. Your surgery that was an option earlier in the year. What was the survivability rating?
15%.
The survivability was 15%?
Yeah, because it was
No.
no, sorry.
70.
85% chance of living,
There you go.
15% of not. There
So
we go.
you didn't choose the 85% chance of surviving?
Right.
So how would you choose a 50-50?
Because if I had two choices, one was a 50-50 and one was a 100% chance of death, I sure as shit wouldn't pick the 100% chance of fucking death.
There's some
That's what I'm
things that are
saying.
worse. There's some things that are worse than death.
I don't think you understand. On one road, you have 100% chance of death. The bear will kill you and eat you in the most painful way known to man. On the other one, you have a 50-50 chance of just walking by and living, or that man being a good man. Are you saying you take the 100% chance of death over a 50-50 chance of living?
I think they're like I said, I think they're simply 100% choosing the bear because they know what they're getting.
I
With
think they're
with that man, they don't know what they're getting.
I think they're choosing the bear because that statement is to elicit a response from women that is absolutely stupid. Because most women think that most men are bad, and that is not true.
I don't agree with that statement, Damien.
Most women think most men are bad.
You repeating it doesn't make it so.
It did
It doesn't, but you're not gonna convince me one way or the other.
What
I
is
disagree with your statement. I disagree with your
Why?
statement. One, because you watch things that specifically elicit a certain response from these women. Now, I'm not saying that you're 110% wrong, but there's a billion people. A billion people.
Mhm.
And what you watch are okay, the whatever podcast, perfect example, right?
Yep.
He takes 5 random women and sits them on a panel and asks them these questions that are specifically designed to elicit a very modern feminist response. So you're seeing the bad. You're not seeing everyday people. Because I'm sorry, there's no way. There's no way that these are everyday people. There's just not. And I've
So
listened to some of them. They're career owners or they're CEOs or they're whatevers. And where is this podcast out of? Is it New York? Is it Philadelphia? Is it
I
a
don't know
big
where
city?
actually, I don't know where the whatever podcast
So if you
is
take
at.
that big city, okay, let's just for shits and giggles say that it happens in New York. Okay. New York City.
Yep.
Shits and giggles. Right? There's like I think it's like
Millions.
1.5 million people just in New York City.
Probably more than that.
So you can't get a clear, defined poll.
8.7.
Okay, 8.7, way off. My bad. Don't come at me. That's another thing. I'm so sick of these fucking people, right? They get on here and they're like, all I see is boobs. Oh my God, this girl's stupid. Oh my God. How about all of you suck a fat one, first of all?
When you said
mad.
You can't swim from
So,
oh my
okay,
God.
so last week I said it's within swimming distance, right? Swimming distance. And I literally used quotation marks, swimming distance, right? Because that's the joke. That's like the universal
Yeah,
joke, right? That they're
it's so
swimming over
close.
here. I know that they're not fucking swimming over here. I know that they're hopping in some little ghetto ass fucking boat and just yeeting themselves over here. I'm aware of this. So shut the fuck up. I'm not actually stupid. Yeah, just I'm not stupid. Y'all are just fucking ridiculous.
Technically, somebody has swam it before.
And
right.
I watched a documentary on it.
Yeah, it can't. She's not saying it can't be. It's like when I say, oh my God, your car went like Mach 1.
It's a joke, guys.
We all know a car can't go fucking Mach 1. You know, you say it, it's
So
hyperboil. Yeah, that was fun.
Anyways,
so
you're taking 8.7 people just in New York City. So you can't get a proper poll.
I would say America.
8.7 million.
I wouldn't even say I will say that I am not using the world as my example. I would say America, because I would say if you asked, we'll have to check this next Thursday, Hannah. How many females do you have at work?
I work,
I'm talking nurses and all.
yeah, I work in healthcare, so it's primarily women.
Okay, can you do me a favor?
Do not ask me to go ask these women if they have ever been.
No, not essay.
That is not inappropriate.
No, come on. Give me more credit than that. That's not what I'm saying.
Are you going to have me ask them the bear question?
No, not the bear question.
Oh, okay.
On my comment of the majority of women think the majority of men are bad, you could work it in a conversation like, you know what? I have this podcast with this absolute asshole, and he thinks that the majority of women think the majority of men are bad.
Okay, but how many of them are also just saying that just to fit in?
I would say quite a few of them.
So I have
I think
statistics here.
I think this category falls into a lot of the, like, when, like, defunding the police was going around, right? Everybody was like, "Oh, all cops are bad." Like, I don't think that all men are bad. I don't think that a good majority of men are bad. I think we just hear more about the bad ones than we do the good ones. And maybe that's the problem, is we don't hear enough about the good ones.
It's like, Damien, it's the perfect example. I was telling you about Dr. Pol, and you were like, "Oh, cows are so like finicky." And I'm like, no, they're not going to show you when he just goes to do like just a random annual checkup on them. They're going to show you because that's what gets the views. That's what gets people talking.
Because let's be real here, how popular would a TikTok be if all they did was talk about these great men?
It wouldn't be,
Why?
Don't even ask the question.
because it's boring.
Yeah, fucking. It is. It just.
It's
but
like,
I've
okay,
talked
like why are women so interested in like serial killers?
because I think there's part of you that's insane. I will say this one with confidence. There's a little bit of crazy in every woman.
I'm gonna make that a clip.
There's a little bit of crazy in every woman.
Yep, I'm making that.
Am I wrong?
I mean, probably
rest-
not. I mean, I think I don't know. My wife, I think she's read like 2 books today about serial killers.
Yeah, and you've watched every single documentary there is.
Yeah.
And all women love Law and Order SVU.
Because we like the
CSI.
drama. No matter what they tell you, we like the drama.
Yes,
It is.
Women love drama.
And it's interesting.
So
It's
So-
interesting.
Yeah.
just really quick. So I've got a couple of statistics about like just straight dating. So as of 2021, I don't know why this isn't updated because it's just not, but as of 2021, there's 52% unmarried women. Okay. The ages of 18 to 29, 32% are female, where 51% of men are single. And then 65 and up, it says roughly 49% of women versus 21% of men are unpartnered completely.
Yeah, because the married ones are dead. We die before you guys.
I also
They-
think it's very common for men to go and get remarried, where I feel like
Well-
it's not so much.
Well,
with women.
they talk about the loneliness epidemic for men that is going on right now because we can't approach women because we're not allowed to ask a woman anything in any place.
Look. At the end of the day, the whole dating thing. Women don't want to date boys. They want to date men. So if you're not a man, don't act like you're one. Become one. Right? You
But
as a boy cannot approach a woman who is secure in herself, financially stable, intelligent, and knows where the fuck she's at in her life. Men, unfortunately, boys and men, unfortunately, don't start kind of hitting that, like, knowing where they're at in life, being financially stable, and being adequate until later.
Why
So,
did you?
regardless of everything that's going on in the world, right? If you are respectable, you're going to be okay. If you come in there trying to ask somebody out and you're a douchebag, you're going to get
Well,
what you asked for,
Yeah.
right? So literally that's all it comes down to is just be respectful. But you also miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. So if you can't get off your phone to go ask this beautiful woman at the restaurant, hey, I think you're really attractive. We should maybe go have coffee sometime. And leave it at that. That's all you got to say. Hey, I think you're really pretty. I'd like to take you to dinner sometime. Can I have your phone number? And she says no. Okay. Have a good night. See you later. And then ask the next one. All you have to do is be respectful. If you do not have the confidence to do that, then you're not ready.
I agree with that.
But you can't be some freaking 21-year-old. What's up, baby? That's not going to work for you. That's not going to work for you.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that those men.
Come on.
Okay, nobody's walking
You can't
up.
walk into the gym and be like, damn, mommy, I see you got that fat ass. Let me take you to the bar this weekend. Bro, what? Like, bro, it's not going to work. You can't talk to these women like you talk to your dudes on your phone.
But I don't honestly think that men walk.
I've seen it. I have seen it. I hang out with nothing but dudes when I was in the military. Okay. I talk to all of my guy friends that are still in the military. Okay. And I've seen the way they approach women.
So they honestly walk up to him and go, "You have a great ass. Do you want to go for dinner?"
Not like that, but
Okay,
they say some shit like that.
No, what do you mean? No, like that or that. What are they saying that is equivalent to that?
Hey,
Because-
mommy, saw your ass from across the bar. Let's go smash.
Yeah, it's shit like that. Like they like thinking it's cute, like or they try these dumb pickup lines. Like, bro, just go. I'm gonna tell you right now, just go talk to them like they are a person. If you walk in there and you're like, I'm gonna take her home. She's coming home with me tonight, and you build up all this prep and make up all these stupid pickup lines, you're not taking her home. You're not. You're not even gonna get her number. But I'm telling you right now, just you got a hot bartender at the bar. Sit at the bar, order your drink, and make side chat with her. Just chat with her. Just chat with her like she's just another person on earth. And guess what? If you show her that you're nice and you're respectful,
then you're interested. Don't
and
fake interested.
Yeah, and you're interested, they're gonna see it. They're gonna pick up on it. My wife knew I was interested after like the first fucking sentence that came out my mouth. I am not, okay, I do not have game. I do not have, my wife will tell you, like, I just heard her in the background. Nope. I do not have game. I do not have any of it, okay? She's at the school, and I just so happen to be there still. And I literally walked up, and I was like, you think they're going to win the game? And she was like, oh, I don't know. And I was like, I guess we'll find out. And then we stood there for about 10 seconds of awkward silence. And then I walked away.
I will say.
And I'm married now. Okay.
I will say that it is much easier for you.
My wife is back there laughing on the couch.
Yeah, it is much easier for you. A woman approaching.
Yes, it's because I'm a woman, so I'm not threatening. Okay.
Right. You automatically have a whole bunch of.
I'm 5'2", and I weigh 120 pounds soaking wet, so I'm not intimidating.
You're 5'2" on a good day.
I'm 5'2 3/4. Thank you. Okay. Nobody asked you, honey. Okay. So I am not intimidating at all. Okay. And I have definitely gone for women that are 100% out of my league and still managed to bag it. Okay. I used to have guys when I was in high school, and I worked at a grocery store as a bagger. And there was this nerdy guy. And he came up to me and he's like, Blakeland, how do you do it? And I was like, how do I do what? He's like, all the girl baggers want to hang out with you and spend time with you. How do you do it? And I was like, well, one, I'm a girl, so they want to hang out with other girls. So you don't have that. I'm sorry. But two, just talk to them. Ask them how they're doing. Ask them about their day. Ask them about school, because we were all in school still at the time. Like, just talk to them like you're talking to me right now.
In that same breath, though, like, girls need to stop being so bitchy about things. Like, if you see a guy coming towards you, don't be a dick about it and be like, no. Just let him come over, say his spiel, and be like, I'm sorry, hun, not interested.
That is what that's what we get a lot. Because as much as my whole argument with sexual assault, dating, the whole 9 yards, looks plays 99%.
I'll tell you right now, my 11-year-old son has got it figured out. He hangs out with more girls at school than he does dudes, and he just talks to them like they're friends.
So did
And
I.
they're all at school. He's so cute. Oh my god! And he's already like asking them on little dates, asking to take them to Dairy Queen and shit. Bro, that's all you
Okay,
got to do is be nice and be a friend.
right, but one or two guys, because I was the same way. I had nothing but girlfriends, not girlfriends, but girls as friends,
Female friends.
female
There you go.
friends, however you want to put it. Um, I mean, when I got older, I did sleep with most of them, but I mean, I've always been able to hang out with girls. I've just always had that. I didn't care. I just treated them normal. But I know I've hung around enough girls when a guy comes forward and the comments they make the minute a guy comes forward, it is beyond demeaning
No, it's locker room
because
talk. That's girls' locker room talk. We just do it out in the open, unlike boys where they want to wait until they're not around anybody so they can say all their whatever things. Girls just say it openly. So I'm
well,
going to tell you right now, if I was to walk past a group of girls or into a group of girls and they were to all make comments about me, I'd just be like, "You're lost. Later. Call me in 20 years when you're single and don't fucking have anybody because you're a raging asshole. Bye." And then I'd move
or
on to the next. Like,
with your
eh,
experience, you can teach them.
There's no teaching people like that.
there's no teaching it.
No, you can teach them how to be on that
Not an
side of
asshole? No.
no, on
No,
that side of the fence. Don't you want to teach
No.
girls, Hannah?
no, no,
No.
no, no,
That was the
no,
best
absolutely
scene.
not.
Your
No,
teaching days are done.
I'd rather teach dudes.
There you
It's
go. That's a
easier.
business you can start.
I was about to say,
Just,
you want to start a business?
just
There you go.
be nice. Just be nice. Comb your hair. Wash your ass.
Oh
And
my
you'll be
god, dude,
okay.
hygiene. Hygiene. Fucking hygiene. I should not look at you and be like, bro ain't showered in like a week.
I
Yeah.
I will say that I will not defend men on this one because I work in a job where I get into a vehicle after guys,
Smells like dirty asshole.
and oh my god, the office, the vehicles, it always smells like hot ass. It always stinks. And not stinks like they have a bad cologne on. Stinks like they haven't showered in a couple days. They have the same
There's
uniform on.
there's like two major points to this, right? Like this whole conversation. There's like two major points. Girls, be less bitchy. Boys, do better, right? Those are, I would say, the main two. But guys, hygiene. Take a shower. Ain't
Wipe
nobody
your
want to
ass.
smell you across the fucking room.
Yeah.
We shower, we brush our hair, we put makeup on, we try for y'all. The least you could do is put yourself in a shower and go, "Oh, this is soap? Oh, okay." If a monkey can keep themselves clean and not smell like literal BO all day long, I promise you can figure it out too.
Yeah, it's not that hard. I mean, it's not that hard, right? But I feel like the issue is nowadays is these younger boys, younger men don't know what the fuck they're doing. Like, just go talk to them. Try to establish a friendship before you're trying to establish any type of romance,
But
right?
that's a thin
'Cause
line to walk too, right?
It is. Yes, yes, yes. Don't get me wrong, right? Okay, because then you might get thrown into the friend zone. But like,
And you know coming out of that.
you might, you might, right? But unless you're just there to like have a one night stand, just be respectful, be nice, do some
Oh,
side chatting, and don't overstay your welcome or whatever. Like, and make
I
your intentions clear.
I
I'd say
will
that's a lot of it is make your intentions clear.
I will take on the bear before I try to take on getting out of the friend zone. The friend
And
zone
that
is
stuff blows my
scary.
mind. I don't know if I told you guys about this. Is a few months ago. I saw this TikTok where this guy, and he was a good looking guy. Okay, he's a ginger with like the nice like chin strap, mustache, beard thing, wrap around, whatever the hell it's called. Kind of like what Damien's got going on. Um, dressed in a nice suit, and he was talking about all these things that like women need in relationships, right? Stability, you know, spirituality and safe and all this other stuff, right? And all these women were like, "Oh, this guy's got it figured out. This guy's got it figured out." But he was like a white, chubbier dude, like he was kind of bigger. And I didn't see any in the comments talking about how great this guy was or like how amazing this guy was or like, "Oh, I'd give him a chance." Like I didn't hear any of that. Everybody was just like, "Oh, he's got it figured out. Men need to take a listen." Da 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 da. And I being the asshole that I am, I went on there and I was like, crazy how none of you are talking about how this is the guy. Like, he's hot, he's this, he's bangable, whatever, whatever. Like, none of that. Like, none of you would get, if this guy approached any of you on a random day, none of you would give him a sideways
2
glance.
seconds. Yep.
No, because I have when I said I don't believe in the 1 in 4 sexual assaults happen, I do believe sexual assault has a lot to do with looks. I'm sorry. Women will let a good looking guy get away with a lot more than an ugly guy. If an ugly guy does the same thing a good looking guy does, it's sexual assault. But if a hot guy that you want to have sex with does something, or you think is hot does something, it's instantly not sexual assault. So hence the 1 in 4, I have a real problem with, because it goes by looks.
I mean, like, yeah, right? Like, if you're comparing, like, Gollum to, like, Channing Tatum.
Not
Obviously.
even Gollum, your guy. I bet you if the guy you're talking about did the exact same thing that a good looking guy did, it would be considered sexual assault. A good looking guys, like hot guys, can get away with damn near anything. I know many women that a good looking guy has smacked an ass before, and they just do that. Oh, stop it. Where if your guy did that, the guy you're talking about did that, he'd be in jail right now.
Because it's wanted versus unwanted attention is what it comes down to. Because he's hot and you want the attention, it's fine. But just because, Vanessa in whatever, in the computer in the print room thinks that
Jeff is not attractive
doesn't mean that, Samantha in the next hall over doesn't.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yes, I mean, it comes down to looks, but everybody's so different that I don't think that's 100%. Honestly, I think girls we're taught to fear everything.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The good-looking guy smacking a girl's ass, that isn't right either. Like, that's completely inappropriate. I don't want to make that say, like, it's not sexual assault. It is. It's just...
But that's not sexual assault either. That's the thing. That's sexual harassment. Like, we've gone so far...
What sexual assault, harassment?
Right. The differences in what all of that actually means that I think we need to calm down.
Yeah, I read something that rape is if you say yes to sex and you're in the middle of having sex and you want to stop having sex, like you're not about it anymore, and you go stop. Somebody made the comment, it was kind of crude, but it made a couple people think, how long can he keep going before he's like, oh shit, I'm sorry, you said stop, before it's rape? Like, is it 1 thrust? Is it 2 thrusts? Does he have to stop it? Because when you're in the heat of the moment, it takes a minute for, hey, to register. Like, if I'm like going to town and...
Oh, bro, and then you include alcohol?
Yep.
Okay, is it rape if both are drunk?
I think I'm pretty strict on I think if you have 1 drink, you can't consent.
Ooh.
I think that because I think there's no way to find a happy medium because everybody's tolerance is different, but there's no way to set a scientific standard as to, based off of your height and weight, this is my tolerance. Based off of Sonia's height and weight, that's her tolerance. Based off of your height and weight, that's your tolerance. I don't think that exists. So I think just cutting it clear cut and dry, saying after 1 drink you cannot consent.
Oh my God, I've raped my wife so many times.
Not saying that it would be considered rape, but just that you were not. That's not consenting. Like,
I purposely say things just to embarrass you. By the way.
Well, it works.
Okay, so if it's not consent, then it has to be rape, doesn't it? If you are not consenting, then it's rape.
But then who raped who?
Okay, obviously...
Because neither of them can consent.
Okay, I was saying this jokingly, but let's use the example. You're drinking right now, right, baby? You have a drink in your hand.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am not allowed to have sex with her tonight because she can't consent to me?
Sure.
You're gonna stick with that argument?
Is she gonna call rape on you tomorrow?
But okay, I'm completely sober. If she called you up and
I don't think this
said
apply. I think that
I feel
doesn't
like it
apply
only
to
applies.
you can't rape your wife?
no,
I
no,
feel
no,
like
no,
it
no.
only applies for like stranger type situations.
Stranger danger?
Honestly,
Yeah, because obviously you guys have a relationship, a connection. You know when she's not consenting. She'll flat out tell you, like, no, not today.
Yeah, she doesn't say that though.
Right. Just like if you are not doing it, yeah, no, honey, not tonight. Whatever.
Wait, I have an option of saying no?
this is all jokes, guys. He's
Really?
joking.
So
We're both happily married. It's
um,
fine.
but
See,
yeah,
I wouldn't
I think that there's no clear way to put it because you can't make it a tolerance based thing because everybody's tolerance is different.
Okay, so you're
Like me,
saying not a married couple.
I have not drank in over 2 years. I could probably go drink a Coors Light right now and be hammered. Hammered.
Oh,
Because I haven't drank in over 2
give
years.
yourself better credit. Well, you are like 5 foot, so yeah.
Okay, whereas before when I was heavily drinking, okay, I used to put a fucking 12-pack down and wasn't slurring words yet. So how can you adjust? How can you scientifically make a law about tolerance?
See, the problem with it, once again, in the military, the problem that you have when you make that one drink law, you're gonna have women that abuse it.
Even if it's a 2 drink, 3 drink, 4 drink, 5 drink, 6 drink, everybody's still gonna abuse it. I think that this is one of those things like rape, sexual assault, all that stuff. It's never going to go away. It's never going to go away, right? It's never gonna go away. Because if a girl gets sloshed, rolls over the next morning, and it's Chris Hemsworth, she's not gonna call the cops.
No, but if it's Gollum.
If it's Gollum, she's gonna call the cops. Even if he shows a voice recording and is like, oh yeah, we were sitting here, we were talking, and I recorded it, and this right here, she consents. I said, hey, do you want to have sex tonight? And she goes, oh yeah, I'd love to. But now the alcohol's involved, we have a problem.
Okay,
because she was not mentally capable of consenting.
So do either one of you females, because I've heard this one a lot too, now that you just said that, do you actually have to say, do you want to have sex, and hear a yes answer?
I mean, if you're going for
all
a
the Spotify people, they got real quiet.
If you're going, you have to think about it, right? If you're going for a one night stand, yeah, you probably should. You probably should.
Yeah, you should make your intentions like, hey, this is just tonight. Like, we'll fool around, have fun, whatever. And the next morning, you're gone.
Because it's like back when I was single and I had a Tinder, and I used to fly home to Arizona, and I would change my Tinder account, and I'd be like, here for 2 weeks, let's have a fun night. Period.
Hannah, you were such a whore.
You're one to talk.
I admit it freely.
Okay. So then I would swipe right on everything. And wait till I got a match. And then I'd be like, hey, want to meet at a bar tonight? That was it. That's all. Yes or no. That's what they would send me. And then I'd go up based off of that. Because you read my bio. Here for 2 weeks. Let's have a fun night. Do you want to go to a bar?
Okay, but a fun night could insinuate anything.
If you're on Tinder, you're looking for a hookup.
Here's my problem. Most people know what that means. Like, if you were straight and I saw that on your Tinder and we hooked up, I would absolutely know what you were talking about. Like, I have no delusion to know that she's here for 2 weeks. Okay, this is going to be a one-night stand. This is, okay, I get it. I understand that. The problem with today's feminism, today's women, that may not apply to you. neither one of you is. I think guys say things that are like, "Hey, do you want to, you know, go somewhere? Like, do you want to go park? Here we go. We're gonna go old school. When a guy says, "Hey, do you want to go park?" Yes, this is way back in the day, but that's pretty much asking you, do you want to fuck? And when a girl says yes, and then you try to make your moves, and she says no, now obviously you should stop because she said no. But if I ask you, "Hey, let's go park," or Netflix and chill is what the kids say now. If you were single, baby, and a guy said Netflix and chill, would you know exactly what he's talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, you'd have no. And if you say yes, you know exactly what you're getting into.
Yeah, but I wouldn't, so.
I'm not saying you would, because you're a good girl. But Hannah we've established is not.
Look, I'm just saying. Okay.
Mrs. Tinder. Come on, you had to have looked at a picture. You just,
Yeah.
if you guys
There's okay. In Phoenix, there's so many that I would literally, like, my cousin would pick me up at the airport and we would drive back to his place where all my other cousins lived at, okay? And it's like a 10-minute drive. So for that 10-minute drive, we would have a conversation and I would swipe right on it's never ending. In the Phoenix area, you're never, ever gonna finish swiping. So for those 10 minutes, I would swipe. We'd get back to the house. I'd put my phone down. I'd leave it, check it later that night, see if I got any matches. 5 minutes, I'd swipe, put it back down, wait a little while, see if I got some matches. And then when I got matches, I just. Yeah.
Okay. So
there was actually a really awkward moment when this was when was this?
a long time ago.
Yeah, a long time ago. Post COVID.
That's how we tell time now.
Yeah.
Post
COVID. But I matched with this girl. Right? Obviously the bio. Here for 2 weeks. Let's have a good night, have a fun night, right? Whatever. And this girl matched with me and I was like, "Hey, would you like to meet at a bar? Like, I'm in the Mesa or whatever area." And she'd be like, "Oh, I'm in the Mesa area too." And I'd be like, "Cool, you want to get a drink tonight?" And she'd be like, "Well, I kind of want to get to know you." And I'm like,
Nope.
I'm here for 2 weeks.
Did you not read the bio?
And she'd be like, "Well, we could talk for like a day or two." And I was like,
"Here for 2
weeks."
Yeah. I was like, "Okay, whatever." I was an older lady. The next day, I was like, "Hey, we've talked overnight, so like, you want to grab lunch? Like, whatever." And she'd be like, No, but maybe tonight we'll go get a drink." I was like, "Okay, cool, yeah, we'll go get a drink." And whatever. Okay, this lady, straight up, she was older, single, had 2 kids, and she was looking for a female companion. She didn't want a sexual relationship or anything. She just wanted a female companion. Never told me that from the get-go, like, never. I was like, "Okay, whatever." Like, maybe she just wants to talk for a day or 2 to make sure I'm not, like, some creeper. Whatever. So, like, second day, I'm like, "Hey, some friends and I are going to this bar. Feel free if you wanna swing by or whatever." And, she was like, "Oh, yeah, I might, whatever." And I was like, "Okay, cool, whatever." I got on my phone after we got back from the bar, and she was like, "Hey, so, I really wanna meet you, but I'm looking for, like, a female companion. Like, I have 2 kids, I'm divorced, da 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 da, kinda just wanna, like, create a life with a best friend." And I was like, "Delete."
And on that note,
I have never not one time had a girl say, "Yes, I want to have sex." Of all the girls I have slept with in my life, I've never gotten a girl I've never looked at a girl and say, "Do you want to have sex?" And they say yes. It's always been kind of a, we start kissing, the kissing goes good, and then you do the, your hands start roaming. She doesn't pull your hand away from her butt. So you kind of go, you just,
Have you ever done like the, hey, do you want to move this to the bedroom?
no. I usually fuck where we're standing.
He's a whore.
I've never, I've done that more in my marriage. Because Sonia has become a prude. We used to be able to have sex anywhere. Like, it'd be on the dirt. It'd be in a car. It wouldn't matter where we were. Now, this woman needs a Surlicita fucking bed with memory foam and a nice pillow. Silk. She's got to be fucking comfortable.
Like, I'm just telling you, nobody's trying to get carpet burn. Nobody's trying to get, nobody's trying to do aerobics. Okay. I want to be comfortable.
No, that's what the kitchen table is for. That's what
Whoa.
I don't care where it is.
No, I eat there. No.
You might want to think twice about eating at a dinner table.
Oh my God, Damien. Oh my God. We're very clean people, for the record.
It gets washed.
I'm going to bring a plastic sheet the next time.
We have girl, if you walk into this house.
Oh my God.
But seriously, when I was growing up, it was kind of any girl that I've ever been with, it was kind of like just slow, seeing how things are going. And then I don't want to say it's an implied yes, but it's basically an implied yes. Like, to me, when I was growing up, for all my life, if you got the girl's front pants unbuttoned, that was pretty much okay, we're going all the way. It was.
You never did anything. Like, you never said anything.
No,
like,
I don't.
You want to come back to my place and
I do not
fool
talk
around?
to,
like, none
nope,
of that?
I don't talk during foreplay.
Oh my God, dude. I'm just saying, like, at the bar or something. That was always my go-to. Like, if we were at the bar and we were fooling around at the bar, and I was ready to go home, I'd be like, can I come back to my place and fool around? Yeah? Okay, cool. And then we'd Uber back to my house.
I have never brought a girl home from the bar.
That's what cars are for.
No. I didn't have sex in a vehicle until my adult life, and unless you got a big truck, it is not worth it.
Why do you, Hannah, what's the next car I'm getting? I've had those type of cars my whole life.
The land yacht.
Land yachts, man. Why do you think I like big boats?
No.
I like big, huge back seats.
There's not even enough room back there, okay?
You've never been in a 76.
My F-150, I could put the back seats up, and you could fit a twin mattress down there. Decent amount of room.
You've never been in a 76 Mercury Grand Marquis, then?
Still not enough room.
Oh.
You could fall in between the seat and the front seats. I'm not about that.
No, these seats are huge. You could fit 2 girls in the back of a 76 Mercury Marquis.
Oh my God.
Trust me on that one.
I feel like there's still not enough room.
There was plenty of room.
There's plenty of room in our minivan where all the seats go down, too.
Well, my ass was way too cool for a minivan, and I despise trucks. Not a truck guy.
The truck.
Yeah, she's the truck.
Don't let him drive it ever again.
She's a truck girl.
Clip that.
I drove it today.
You're never driving it again. I hope you enjoyed it.
Nope, I like cars. But anyways, on that note, this is going to be a shorter podcast. It was kind of just rambling, nothing really planned. So if you like it, if you like the shorter 1 hour content, tell us. What are you looking at? For the people on Spotify.
The chat. I didn't know we had a chat system in here.
You didn't? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Apparently you guys,
Look, I'm slow. Okay.
Damien didn't know we had a chat system either. So
she showed me just
I'll tell you
before
right
you
now,
got
okay?
on.
My wife comments on it all the time. It's a good thing I'm good looking. All right. Because I definitely didn't get any brains of the family.
Anyways. All right. Thank you. We're on Spotify, YouTube, we're on everything. We're going to try to iHeartRadio. We're going to try to figure out how to go live one time, maybe That'll be cool.
For
But
all of our like 20 subscribers.
who cares? You keep on commenting on these 20 subscribers. I don't care if we have 20 the rest of our life. I get to sit here and bullshit with two beautiful women. Look at it that way.
Aw,
So it's
how
great
gay.
for me. Yeah. I only get to have sex with one of them though. So
Be thankful at least it's one of them. Could be none of them.
that has never happened in my life. I have never had friends that are female that I didn't have sex with one or multiple of them.
Yeah, I think I can think of like one friend that never.
See?
Maybe
I'm
two.
not the only whore in the group. So,
You guys
anyways,
got it covered.
Yep. All right. Thank you, everybody. Do you have anything else, Hannah?
No.
Okay.
Love you guys though. Have a good night. I'm gonna go
Love you.
play card games with the fam bam.
All right. Take it easy. See you. Don't go. Remember, don't go anywhere.